Oh, what's up, guys? So, we got the plane unloaded. Now we're headed to Cersei. I didn't film anything because I showed up. It was like 3:45 and the dock closed at, or their loading dock closed at 4 o'clock. So they were kind of in a hurry to get out. So. But I got that unloaded, got the tarp wrapped up, got everything else buttoned up and back on the road. So last night, it was the airline, the steel braided main secondary airline that comes from the compressor over above the transmission and then over to the blower or the air dryer. It costs, y'all ready? $760 for 100. Well, he said 179. I didn't see a receipt on the part, but I wasn't too worried about it. So included in that $760, what his charge was, which I think it's a little cheaper than some of the other places. I know, like at Freightliner, their shop hourly rate's $185 an hour. But he charged me $100 an hour. So that was 4 hours, $400. The part was $179, and then $1.50 a mile on 120 miles. So it come up to like $769. He said just even it off at $760. Because I had to go in and get cash out of the ATM. He couldn't take the business card. So, which is, he was nice enough. At first he told me, he's like, when I met him at the truck and we looked at it, I already had everything apart to where you could see where the leak was. He was like, man, I don't have that part. I'm probably not going to be able to get it till tomorrow morning. And I was like, well, is there anything you could do, like, to get me up to Freightliner to where I can get the part and I can just change it myself? And I guess he realized he was going to lose business, so he's like, well, I'll go up to Freightliner and get the part for you, and then come back and get it fixed. And of course, in the previous video, I'd said he like dressed really, really nice. He was supposed to go out on a date. So I guess it took him 2 hours to get to Freightliner when it's 50 miles away. He said it was busy. He had to stand in line for a while, which at Freightliner in San Antonio, I probably believe it. They are horrible, horrible, horrible. Try to get them on the phone, you'll wait 45 minutes to an hour with parts on hold, and then they just hang up on you. Like, what the heck? So, but I think the 4 hours that he took included picking up the girl he was supposed to go out on a date with. I guess she wanted to ride with him. Hold on, I gotta get over. Anyway, he got back, we got it changed out, and then I realized I had a flat, off the bead flat. The tire was good when I left the house, it was good when I left the shipper, and now it's flat. So I was like, once we get this fixed, I'll just limp it up to Love's. And he had told me the scales were closed, so I didn't have to worry about that. And Love's was another 13 miles from where I was. Get the tire fixed. And he's like, no, just bring it to my shop. And his shop was like 3 miles up the road. So I'll get it back, get it fixed for you. So we take it up there. He pops it back on the bead, fills it up with air, and it holds. I don't know why it went flat. I have no clue. I stopped in Austin, checked it. I think it was up around 120 psi. I filled it up to 110 cold. I checked it. I stopped around Waco, checked it. 120, 115, right in between 115, 120. And then I just checked all my tires when I left the Plano drop, and still holding. So I don't know what the deal is with that. It's a mystery. Come into Arkansas, and I finally got pulled into the scale, and they stopped me. So let's see how this one goes. I asked her, it's another lady. I asked her, I was like, can I get a level 1? She's like, no. I said, it's too dark outside. I'm not crawling under that trailer. I would say good morning, but it's actually afternoon. So, good afternoon. I was a little busy this morning. Didn't really have time to do an update on what happened, so I'm doing it now. I had to do another service call this morning. And it sucks because the place I called was like right across the street. I was in Caddo Valley, Arkansas, at the Loves. Got up this morning, did my pre-trip, or was working on doing my pre-trip. Started the motor, turned all my lights on, flashes, brights, all that. Stepped out of the truck and walked around to the front side, and as soon as I got to the front side, the motor died. It was starving for fuel is what it was. I took the line off that goes into the ECU, or the ECM. My ECM is fuel cooled, so it comes off of the fuel pump, up through the ECM, then back out the ECM to the head. So I took the line off of the ECM, turned the ignition over, rolled the motor, no fuel. And if I would have stopped, I was kind of pissed. If I would have slowed down a little bit and took my time, I could have figured it out. So I got a little frustrated. I called the people across the street. Within 5 minutes, if that, he was pulling up, and started looking at everything. I rolled the motor again, and it started spitting fuel for him. Go figure. So he's like, let's add some fuel to the filter. Maybe she lost prime. So that's what we did, and she fired right up. Haven't had a problem since. So one thing I am going to do, every time I have an issue, I add something that I'm going to keep on the truck. I am going to get me one of those little small 2.5 gallon gas cans, diesel cans, either or, it don't matter. But I'm going to keep me some fuel. That way, if that ever happens again, and I'm on the side of the road, I can top her off, get her cranked back up. Maybe it'll get me down the road. So yeah, that was $363 for maybe 7-8 minutes of work. Stop should be Fayetteville, but I think I got a little, I got 13 foot of deck space, and I got a load. It's 14 foot, I think 3,000 pounds. And I should be able to let it hang over. So, I think it was 1,200. It's right here around where I am. And it's going to Tennessee, I believe. The little town's pretty much right on the way to Fayetteville, I believe. Hopefully we'll get that, and that'll make up for my service bills this morning and yesterday. Or, well, the day before yesterday. Well, that was a bust. Got here. They said, oh, we don't load after 1:30. I've already sent all the loaders home. Really? Broker said they were waiting on us. So, scrap that. That was $1,200.
Continue on East Nettleton Avenue for 2 miles.
That was $1,200 on 839 miles. A little over $1 a mile to add on to. So, yeah. Off to Fayetteville we go. Good morning. I am tired. I didn't get done till late last night. So we're still having that issue that I had yesterday morning. I stopped yesterday at Buc-ee's and was in Buc-ee's for about 30 minutes and come back out and she wouldn't start. So there was a Chevron right next to me. I went in there and got a diesel can, got some diesel, and filled the bowl up, started up, didn't have any issue. Drove into Georgia, Covington, or something like that. Stopped at Love's last night, got up this morning, and you could tell the bowl was like dry, low, whatever. You couldn't see it in there, not any fuel in there. So I added some fuel to it, started it up, been driving ever since. Like I said, it drives fine. It holds prime while I'm driving. Just when I turn the motor off, within about 10 minutes it goes dry. So I checked the oil. I'm not smelling any oil, fuel in the oil, so I don't believe it's an injector. Also, my oil pressure is running right around 35 psi. I'm not getting any drop in oil pressure, so I don't think it's an injector, O-ring or something like that. But yeah, so we're gonna have to figure that out. I'm gonna drop Fayetteville, and then hopefully I can make it to Charlotte, North Carolina, to get that unload in time. So I think once I do that, I might call it an early day today. I don't have to be in New York till Monday, so, and I think I'm 10 hours from New York, or from Hicksville. Yeah, that's it, Hicksville. So, call it an early day today. I'll probably try to see if I can't find maybe I have a collapsing hose, busted fitting, crack fitting. I looked at the fuel water separator canister. I'm not seeing any cracks or anything on it that would cause it to get air in it, lose prime. So I don't know. I have to figure out. What's up, guys? This is our load. They want us to run a strap from there and take it around that way. Same on the back.
And there's nobody out there like I am. There's nobody out there that can say my name. And nobody out there like we are. We are like we are. I've been walking down the line and I gotta take time, so I better shape up. You've been trying all along, but I got you on time, so we better wake up.
I went a little overkill on the straps. It only required 2 straps, and it's only 1,800 pounds, but it's very top heavy. So I just didn't feel comfortable enough with 2 holding it down to where it wouldn't rock. So I went ahead and did 4.
Was afraid. All I know that we're lucky. Guess we're lucky. Was afraid. I've been walking down the line and I gotta take time, so I better shape up.
All right, we're done. What do you think? A little better. A little better car job this time. What do y'all think? Think it'll make it without tearing? A little skinny load. Good morning. Good morning. I made it to Lexington, Virginia last night. I'm at a TA now, and try to get this fuel line issue figured out. I'm gonna check the bowl on the fuel water separator real good. Check the O-rings, and then from there I'm gonna go to the check valve on the fuel water separator. How rude. Do that and follow it from there. See if I can't figure out what the issue is. I took the bowl off, cleaned the O-ring, checked it, checked the bowl. I didn't see anything on it. The O-ring had a little dirt on it, but nothing I would think would cause an issue. So put it back on. Let's crank it up and see what she does. Watch it for a minute and see if she drains back down. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. It was draining faster yesterday. So we'll see here in a minute. Sorry about the glare. As you can see, like right here, I dropped my phone and the screen protector that I have on it cracked, and one of the cracks goes right in front of the camera, so that's why you're getting the glares like here and here. But anyway, I don't know. Everything seems to be working now. I've stopped the truck, started it a couple times, and she's not draining. Maybe something freed or cleared up from like the ball check. I don't know. I changed the fuel filter, the fuel water separator last week, and it's already getting time to change it out again. So obviously it was a little nasty too. So I got some dirty fuel somewhere. So maybe that I don't know. One other problem I did find is, and it's nothing major. I noticed the little oil residue over the intake, one of the big intake hoses, the brain fart, I can't remember. Anyway, I was looking, and the valve cover gasket on the very front of the motor is kind of pinched a little bit, so obviously when I put it back on, I wasn't paying attention on that front little side, and so it's leaking there a little bit. So I'm gonna have to pop that valve cover off and adjust that gasket. That gasket's like a 1/4 inch thick rubber gasket, so it ain't gonna hurt it to pull it off and then reseal it, you know, re-tighten it. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. What's up, folks? Figured I'd show y'all what I was talking about with that gasket and what I gotta get fixed. Get that fixed.
All I ever do at night, erase my words and then again I write. Ooh, 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 ooh. Drop by drop by drop, drop, drop. I feel the pull and I'm ready to dive. Ooh, 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 ooh. Stand behind the curtains, I try to get a surface. Like an arrow on its way to the sun, a bullet from a gun. Faces find me in the masses, down with my shoelaces. Don't look back at my traces. Faces watch me from the masses, like ice behind the glass.
All right, let's see if that worked. As you can see, I still haven't cut that up yet for the windows. I've just been using the old curtain. Don't ask me about all this. That's a whole nother story. I'm not trying to be like somebody else, but hold on just a second. There we go. I had a grease smudge or something on the lens, but yeah, everything's fixed. Not having any more issues out of the fuel. I pulled the bowl off, cleaned the O-ring, cleaned the bowl, cleaned the threads, and I mean, that's all I really did, and everything started working. What's weird is I did that like 4 or 5 times before, and so we'll just have to see. Hopefully she doesn't give any more issues to me. So can't think of anything else I need to do. So I'm fixing to run into, I'm at the Flying J in PA. I'm actually right across the street from the TA I stopped at in the video where I loaded that loader and
I was like 4,000 pounds over on my trailer axles, and I had to unload it over at that TA, readjust the weight, and then get back on the road. Yeah, I pulled off the interstate, went to pull in over there at the TA. I was like, this looks familiar. They didn't have any parking spaces. They had a bunch of reserved open. Half that lot's reserved. I ain't paying if I ain't got to. So I come over to Flying J, and they still had several spaces open. So I'm just run in here, give me a shower, and I ain't decided if I'm gonna grab me a bite to eat at Perkins or if I'm just gonna cook something. Or put something in the air fryer. We will holler at y'all later. I'll try to get a video uploaded tonight, which will be this one. I'll try to get this video uploaded tonight, and then we'll go from there. We'll holler at y'all later. Y'all be safe. I had to park between the two loudest trucks. The one on the driver's side, the generator is so freaking loud, and it's a type that it auto kicks on and kicks off. And then the truck on the passenger side, for some reason, while it's idling, it'll just all of a sudden idle up, and it idles up to like, sounds like it's about 1700 RPMs for like 20 minutes, and then goes back down. I'm sure it has something to do with that deaf bull crap, but oh, it's gonna be a long night.